this is what's up. Today we have a fun-packed show. We have travel tips, celebrity gossip, and we're going to demonstrate how to do a gel manicure.
Thank you very much, Darcell. This is going to be my first gel manicure. I really appreciate it. We are also going to give you some beauty tips, and of course, my favorite portion of the show, see it or skip it.
But first of all, let's talk about travel tips.
Okay.
Our girl here is going on a trip back home to the NYC.
Yes, I'm going to see my mommy and daddy. So happy.
So excited for her. I wish I was going on the trip too.
So, I've been looking online for cheap flights, and I've come to the conclusion that Expedia is probably the cheapest way to go. Priceline is pretty good as well, but I went to cheaptickets.com and it's pretty cheap, but Expedia definitely beat out all the places. So that's a good tip right there.
I usually go Expedia or Priceline as well. The only thing with Priceline is like I want to get a ticket from Canada to the U.S. sometimes, and they don't do that. So, and Expedia also has really good customer service. Like, I've had to, like, postpone my trip and not go back at the same time, and then later be able to, like, get my trip. So, they're really good like that. What else? Also, we're going to talk about when you're packing.
Oh, yeah.
Us girls pack way too much stuff. She's already told me about 4 pairs of shoes she's putting in her suitcase.
I have like about 6 pairs of shoes I'm thinking about.
She's only going for 5 or 6 days. I'm telling her, I'm like, 3 pairs of shoes at most. You're wearing 1 pair of shoes there. And I'm saying roll the clothing.
Me, on the other hand, I think you save a lot more space if you flatten out all your clothes instead of rolling. I've tried it, and to me it feels like you have more space when you just put all your clothes in flat.
I like the rolling.
I don't know. It works for me.
Now me, I usually take a subway to the airport, but she's going to be on a time crunch. So we're suggesting take the shuttle to the airport. It's $20.
It's only $20, and if you live in LA, you know that the cabs out here are super expensive. Now, I'm from New York.
So expensive.
I'm from New York, and the cabs I think are pretty affordable out there. Out here, it would probably take me I would probably be spending around $90 if I take a cab.
It's probably like a half an hour at least to like go to the airport too. So that's
if you just call and or make a reservation online at reservations at shuttlelax.com. You only pay $20. They go pick you up where you're at, and when you're arriving, same as well. So I think that's a good tip right there.
Definitely. Also, I was hearing too, if you dress really nicely and arrive early, sometimes you can get bumped up to first class.
That sounds nice.
So there you go. After you're like, done at work, you're like getting all fixed up in the shuttle.
I'm gonna dress up nice. Hopefully, I can get a little bump.
Exactly.
What else? What's another? Sometimes their flights are too full. Yeah, and they'll need, they'll give you a voucher if you fill up your flight.
Yeah, that's happened to me. I was flying with a girlfriend, and we were going on a flight that was too full. And they gave us like $200 at the time, but that was like a while back. Like now I think it's like $100 to $300.
I think maximum $400. It happened to my sister once, so she took a later flight, maybe 2 or 3 hours later, and they gave her a voucher.
It's well worth it. I mean, unless you have a connecting flight after that. If it's like just a straight flight, I would like totally do it. Unless you have to be somewhere at a certain time, like unless it's Christmas Day, because that's happened to me too. I totally missed Christmas. But anyway, also too, if you're going to Vegas, there's this new bus. It's called the Mega Bus. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. It's a bus that originated in the UK, and when I was in the UK, I've taken the Mega Bus, and it ranges from like £1 to whatever. Well, here £1 would be like $1. So it can range from like $1 to $40 round trip to Vegas.
Now I'm gonna say I'm a little bit skeptical on this $1.
She's always skeptical on anything I say.
$1. I mean, why even make you pay anything at all? I've gone on the Megabus, and it's about $40 round trip to and from.
But it would depend on when you book it. I mean, if you give a good amount of time beforehand, you can get a much cheaper bus ride.
You can get it for $1 according to Darcell.
Exactly.
I'm hoping to make this happen one day. I'm gonna go look on Makeup Buzz.
Exactly. And also, when we plan to go to Vegas, the best hotel to go to, the Venetian is gorgeous, and the Bellagio is an extravagant, and the MGM is fabulous. But the Imperial Palace is right across the street from Caesars. It's right on the Strip, and that hotel will cost you $35 to $100, depending on what day you're going. Like, we almost went, what was it, beginning of January, and we were going to go for 4 days. Unfortunately, we didn't go, but it was going to be like $100 for 2 people. Like, that's ridiculous. It would have been $50 each for 4 days.
Anywhere you go pretty much in Vegas, it's going to be pretty cheap. Even the really nice expensive ones are cheap. But Imperial, I looked online, and they were all reasonably priced.
Not the Bellagio or the Venetian or Caesars. Those places start at $200.
Maybe you're right. When I looked, for the most part, most hotels in Vegas are reasonably priced, but the one she's talking about, the Imperial Hotel, is definitely for the location, for the location, and
I would say Imperial, and then Harrah's. Harrah's is right next door to the Imperial, and they're sister hotels. They're from the same company. Also, too, I'm introducing this. I call it Tiny Gum. It's got 6 pieces of gum instead of 12 or 15 that you would usually have. Ladies, this is great to put in your purse. Guys, to put in your back pocket of your jeans. It's great for when you go out because you always want to have fresh breath.
I agree.
Hey ladies, as some of you may have heard, there's now the new gel manicure. You can get it at a salon for $30 for a manicure, or you can buy your very own kit. I got this one. It's the Sensational by Nailing Kit for $50 on Target.com. I'm going to do a nail demo right now on our girl since she's going away. She's going to get a nice little manicure. I'm so excited!
Okay, so first we put on the gel primer, and that dries right away. Then we put on the gel base and top coat and cure it for 30 seconds. Then we put on a coat of the raspberry wine gel color and cured it for 60 seconds. And then we did a second coat of the same gel color and cured it for another 60 seconds.
Now when we say cure it, we mean I put my hand in this heat lamp for the amount of time that we need to with whatever coat that we're putting on.
And now we're going to put on another coat of the gel base and top coat, and we're going to cure that for 30 seconds.
I'm so excited. I've never actually done one of these gel things, and they last about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Normally you go to the nail salon and they only last you really 2 days.
Pretty much.
So,
yeah, the regular, it chips so quick. It feels like there's not even any point in putting on nail polish.
Or spending the money that you do going to a nail salon to get it done.
Yeah, exactly. This lasts so much longer. It is harder on your nails, though.
It is hard on your nails. There are some drawbacks to this.
You have to use the acetone to remove it, and it does really dry out your nails. So if you are going to use it, make sure you don't, do one gel manicure after the other. Maybe do the other manicure, like a regular manicure, after it, and make sure to moisturize your nails with lots of almond oil and cuticle cream to keep them nice and moisturized. Lastly, we're going to use the gel cleanser. We're going to put some of this on this little pad here. It's a lint-free pad that comes with the kit. And we're just going to go over it just to get all the moisture out of there.
And I think the best thing about all of this is that your nails are dry within a couple of minutes.
Totally dry.
Normally it takes about an hour, who knows how long, maybe even longer. Completely dry.
Totally dry.
It's awesome. So am I done?
All done.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. I have a manicure for about 2 weeks.
Hey, so now we're going to talk about some beauty tips. A tip I actually heard about today is take a little tequila and chop up some jalapenos in it.
Really?
And leave it overnight and put it in your hair.
In your hair, not to drink, because that sounds delicious, actually.
It sounds like something to drink, but no. You're supposed to put it in your hair, and it's supposed to stimulate hair growth.
Really? Actually, I've heard of something else. Even I would want to drink this, but I've heard of something else. If you buy raw honey, 100% raw honey, not the one that's spoiled, it's actually thick and it looks like wax, and you mix it in with cinnamon and you put it in your hair, leave it in for an hour, maybe once a week before you wash your hair. That's supposed to stimulate hair growth, and it's also good for many other things like your skin. And if you look online, you'll see a list of things that you can benefit from health-wise from mixing.
That sounds even
raw
yummier
honey.
than
It's actually yes, it's pretty yummy. It's pretty yummy. So I guess
she's the drink around the eater, so she wants to drink my solution. I want to eat her
tequila, and can never go wrong.
It all sounds really good. Also, too, we're going to talk about some celebrity gossip. So I heard some juicy stuff. First of all, we're going to talk about Chris Brown.
Again,
we love talking about Chris Brown. Who doesn't love talking about Chris Brown? There's so much to talk about. But there's supposed to be a beef between him and Drake, right?
yes, I've heard this.
I'm so sure I heard this. But he was in a nightclub in New York dancing to one of Drake's songs.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, because I also heard that he unfriended Rihanna on Twitter because she friended Drake on Twitter. So
Shut
it sounds
up.
a little weird to me.
They are young. I'm like, wow, that's really childish.
That's why I'm not sure if I can take any more of them. I'm like, I told you, I'm done.
We can't take anymore. We're done with them. We're done with them. We're going to talk about Michael Jordan now. Michael Jordan just recently got married. Beautiful girl. Yvette Pierre or Toe or something like that.
Lady, yeah.
Beautiful girl. They look great together. Although he's 50 and she's 35.
He invited 2,000 people to his wedding.
And of course who was there? Tiger Woods. He's everywhere. But is this really the guy you want at your wedding? Although he's going to make everybody else look good. The other people can be like drunk, falling off their ass. Hey, Tiger Woods is here. I still look better.
I don't know, does Michael Jordan have to be a little cautious that Tiger Woods is there? I mean, he does make a lot more money than he does. So I don't know. Maybe not.
Then again, I mean, I do hear Michael Jordan was probably pretty much the same as Tiger Woods. He was just better at hiding it from his wife. Tiger Woods is just a little messier, and I think
messier,
I think maybe
actually.
it's the age thing. Maybe Michael Jordan had so much experience in hiding it. He should have taught Tiger a lot better. He still has his wife and his millions, and the endorsements he lost back in the day. This week, the first movie we saw was Pain and Gain, starring The Rock and Mark Wahlberg.
Also directed by Michael Bay. And we also saw A Place Beyond the Pines, starring Ryan Gosling, Eva Mendes, and Bradley Cooper, and directed by Derek Schiffroth.
Now, I gotta say, I watched both movies. I didn't expect to love Pain and Gain, but it had so much advertising that I was like, we have to go see this movie. And it was funny though. I mean, there were a lot of funny parts. I gotta say, the funniest part for me is when she said to me, is this shit still a true story? And then it came up on the screen and it said, this is still a true story. I was like, that shit is the funniest shit ever. That was hilarious. Because I was wondering the same thing as her. I was like, is this still a true story? Because, you know, like, I mean, it's based on a true story, but you figure they're adding stuff in.
Pretty ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Like, it's almost impossible to believe that anybody can be this dumb.
Oh my gosh.
But, I mean, the movie was pretty hilarious. The Rock, who we've already seen 3 movies in the last...
He's in every movie that's out. Every movie that's out, The Rock is in.
He was hilarious, but I have to say, I got what I expected with this movie. I expected a Michael Bay movie, really flashy and, you know, fast-paced and, you know, just a little crazy, and that's what I got, and it was a fun movie to watch. It was really fun, but at the same time, I felt like should I be laughing? This happened for real. And some of these people are still alive and they're going through this pain, and this is actually a very, very sad story of torture and kidnap.
And let me say, we are drinking because we really didn't know how we feel about these movies. This is why we're drinking today, people. Not because we're alcoholics, we really, really needed it today. I came out of the theater not knowing how I felt about either movie. I was like, Zuly, you pick the next two, because I'm always picking them. And I'm just feeling so like I'm a bad picker lately. So I'm like, Zuly, I don't care. Whatever you want to say.
I have to say though, even though it was a little out there, I enjoyed myself watching the movie. So I don't know about you, but I say see it.
It wasn't bad. Gosh, I still don't know how I feel about the movie. There were funny parts. I'm gonna give it that. Is it worth $13.75? No, I would say skip it.
Okay. So what did you think about The Place Beyond the Pines?
Wow, Ryan Gosling looked amazing in it.
Like always.
As he looks in every movie. And that's mainly why I wanted to see it. Ryan Gosling, all greasy and tatted up.
Of course.
I wanted to jump that. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's like when I see The Rock in any movie, I want to jump that. Ryan Gosling.
Oh, girl, I think you've been
thinking And I know how Eva Mendes got Ryan Gosling after that movie, because her boobs were never in a bra. They were just hanging out like this, and Ryan was like, I can't control myself.
Hey.
Eva, let's go out.
I like the movie. I don't know about you, but I like the movie. Yes, it was a little bit slow, and
it was so slow.
It reminded me actually of Drive, because Ryan Gosling is practically almost playing the same character in this movie.
Yeah, because I heard Drive was amazing, and I started watching Drive, and I really wanted to watch Drive, and then me and my friend were like, and then we went to another movie, but I heard it was amazing, so I still want to see it.
It's very slow, so if you didn't like this movie, you might not like Drive, because it's kind of like the same, similar pace. Actually, Drive is a slower pace than this movie, but I liked it. It was a meaningful story, and it was actually 3 stories in one, but for the most part, I thought it was good.
Yeah, like I felt like there were 2 movies we were watching.
It was 3 movies actually. The ending with the kids and everything. It was 3 movies.
No, but I mean they were in like Bradley Cooper's movie, so I would say like 2.
I guess.
It was like 2 movies in one. They wanted to try to give you your money's worth. There was one movie here that was about an hour, and then there was the last movie there that was about an hour and a little bit. So if you want to see 2 movies for your $13.75, I'd say see it.
I liked it. I say see it. It was good. It was a good story.
The first movie I think was better than the second.
I have to say the second movie was better than the first, in my opinion.
Of course, because you're gonna disagree with me.
That's my opinion. That's how I really feel. The second one was definitely a more artistic movie, so I liked it better.
The first movie had Ryan Gosling all through it, so I liked it better.
No, you got them confused.
No, the first movie had Ryan Gosling in it, remember? No, I'm not talking about the Pain and Gain. I'm talking about the 2 movies within the last movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can see what you mean.
Right. Yeah. And you have to watch it in order to realize what we're talking about.
So, thank you for watching the show.
And please leave any of your comments or questions on our page. Also, you can email us at Hey What's Up with Darcell and Zuly Hey What's Up DNZ@gmail.com. Also, please subscribe and let us know that you love us.